Episode 4, Masanso, Ababio, aha, all sports, GHL, YouTube. Thanks again. We say thank you very much. Nyagopo no gusu on show, be praise, who enjoy show, no, yes, so ya bob for frano, who are just watching the games, the air cost, so internet. Of course, we need to have a conversation. Biggie, we be a fine day.
Namia dum bibia bokokwaku.
Ere nyamiase. Na unim nkoma ye ba bedi. Ye bedi Arsenal home komo, Real Madrid home komo, news around so kakra. Ni nyina ekambom ene ye ba bedi home komo kakra. Controversial incidents are ACC or game anymore. No. We are ready, and of course we'll tell you. And you many ebe project say Eddie Achro. You know, say no cre decisions ni bi no. We are going to highlight that to you. It's the only problem, cry. But we are definitely starting with the Arsenal game. Biggie, Arsenal game, no dear. No customer woman say Nottingham 3-0 dear. Well, it was suspected that Arsenal be miss expectation. I say Arsenal be
yeah.
Nebom, minim say you were satisfied with the play of Arsenal. Nottingham Forest, were you satisfied? Memusa man for ball no name Adueke Abaso. Just a brief, comment about the Arsenal game. Then we'll move on to the next one because they say it looks like Pejaba Victor Yokeres. He say pressure and banner so no banner air form. The rest of the players are performing, and then for the very first time, Arsenal midfield no na a Real Sociedad for midfield and now. And this Udigard, yeah. Mikel Merino, Zubimendi, where your midfielders are now over Real Sociedad.
Yeah.
Just unfortunate to say Udigard the preferred. And who news ever bros is here Udigard the situation about the Arsenal game.
Ocean Nottingham Forest, team Nimomo from last season and how they play. Coach a friend is Nuno Espirito Santo is one coach. Or yeah, very conservative. Obo games are making sure say obesity deep no containing the opponent. No call for the counter breaks any at the he's a defensive minded coach, Nuno Espirito Santo. But he exits the scene. A new coach, Ange Postecoglou, takes over. A manager on to get different ideas, different philosophy, and everything into on stepping into the club. No, afraid no baba bechere. The on to bet me I diama bobo kono. Afraid no baba bechere, the style of play, the philosophy. And some players and also so adapted to that kind of style. Our coach, and so Ediaba. So the team is in a form of a transition when it comes to a technical handling, and so therefore, Unyane Pepe Petisenka coach a friend say Nuno Espirito Santo and Ankai Wahonomoa into one way or the other, and only affected the play of a Nottingham Forest. Because I didn't here because game now here, Nottingham Forest 8 defended. Yes, it is very true they defended. But coach, and you're not getting it over game defend it. It was because Arsenal was better than them possessively. So they had no option. And the coach in his style and Casampono, the plan and Casampono, and Mantinian as into a moment to be executed and farmer because Waka say ono he's an attacking coach. Into ono Forest now Baba Befano. And found Espirito Santo, I know your coach, no your defensive minded coach, or no dear or attacking football. And the only ideologies are different from the previous coach. And I feel say one way or the other, they are affecting Nottingham Forest because they have to switch from the old style of play to the new one.
And also
no, a bit take it time.
And I also so new coach, I'll be say, now we train na old coach in India.
There be no.
That's some kind of style we can cry.
He believes in his ideologies. It made the enemy better, made the enemy necessary because I am the new man. Until you can't blame him.
Anyway,
Arsenal on the other hand, Emma that kind of performance, an Arsenal performance, and I'm expecting. Yes, there were certain key players, and I'm part of the team. Oshe Obetise Bukayo Saka. He's been, like I said, the main man for Arsenal for some seasons now. Into such a player, quality okita, quality possessor. Na Arsenal mesena. Obe say anasa obe pese edi tokro be that team no. But fortunately for us now, they got men are almost feeling in well. Today, the Noni Madueke I saw was Arsenal. Let's be honest. I didn't even see that Noni Madueke at Chelsea.
Hey,
yes, it might sound controversial.
That's a bold statement.
That's what I'm saying. It might sound controversial, but noni madueke na mi hu no Arsenal enneno. Me hu sa noni madueke ni bi wo Chelsea. I am not saying say ball na obo Arsenal a better change the obo Chelsea. That is not what I am saying.
Yeah.
But he looks more or less like a free player, like he's gotten a coach as when you GDA when munti a giant say onye di ope.
Waka GDA. This is Noni Madueke speaking. It is important to keep the self-belief that you can get the ball and do anything for yourself. As a winger, you need self-belief.
Of course.
It's a coach, you know.
Yes.
At the self-belief, at the
player. I'm a player who so obey me aye. And Noni Madueke one person.
Or say, coach, you know, ateta catch or no any bereche easy say. Omoji ball no omun kreti. Omunya di person way.
Fabone ye di.
Fabone fa. Coach nenya ni muji.
You see what I am talking about? Coach nenya ni muji di. And a coach na jai player no. You were your system or you were your tactics.
Yeah.
But because of the kind of trust I have in you, my jai was a woje bona or the aside your system your tactics no. Wo fabone ye di ope. It's the player need in a park no so na obo game na. He has a free heart because coach dey say me nya di me pe.
Coach nenya ni muji di.
Yes.
Mikel Arteta unim say press conference na Sanchofo Kubisa about Noni Madueke performance na to say the o ka ho asema. Then the coach goes like Abra no mofa boy no edena ba no se otete nsam bebre. Kofo se ade na asna kofo mo Noni Madueke ede aba. O so ne boy ne ka sai boy ne ka che ne se nsam na omo keka no coach ni nya ni muji do mo kofa no a. O so let's get going. Na boy ne ba. Boy ne ka che ne se so oba e na asna be hu. Inti no eye niam mienu. Yes, he has played well. But I say kasa na ya do so amamia na because I say aye in any ways. If Bukayo Saka comes today, he drops to the bench
of
because
course.
And then I'm on forecast about this Arsenal front three. Say Jokeres Ebereche Eze Noni Madueke. Now the conversation out there is say Saka ba Arsenal should keep the front two and add Saka. It's Saka Ebereche Eze Victor Jokeres for the Arsenal front three. Arsenal for say now they are okay. Martinelli, the baby, I will be a master.
On baby.
No, so you're okay with a very cheesy. Their sister or the man, Victor Jokeres, a sister who feels so. To the Arsenal supporters, almost as they say, I pick.
Yes, Kwaku, and Arsenal supporter be obekasa asem ni biano. Menene be ya adwen. Because no matter the kind of football, I play a friend is Noni Madueke abo enne. He's not a better player than Bukayo Saka. Football no level, any status, are built with consistency, any longevity. Bukayo Saka abo Arsenal team nache, and we building that kind of status for himself as a good winger. It do have ball na obo, or her niema oye, ewo park and so. Se mi jina no manasa betena ha, na me ka se mi yi Noni Madueke eja Bukayo Saka. Na me ankasa na me yenipa bonini. But then again, Kwaku, de bia ye di nkomo say a good team is one that is made of a good bench. Enti emfa ho. Say player your friend say Bukayo Saka eba, Noni Madueke be ko bench mpo a.
Okay.
Let's assume without admitting. Say yemfa ne say Noni Madueke apeke form. Based on ball now ball and neno. Subsequent games of Ebo Arsenal nyina say yes sa no nya kwanya obebo no a. Imagine say Bukayo Saka abo game. Na ebia anko ye anaze Bukayo Saka ni what said the only way na Noni Madueke added this kind of performance and every Arsenal is it not going to help the Arsenal team emwama Arsenal team ni munye du ana ebebo am emu ayedu because me no me anu ya aware say Arsenal team na dia ba ko abo mu tiri so pa the lack of squad in depth Arsenal team ni mu omo start no so omo free mu a omo no free bench ba no omo de mo no form. But if you are getting somebody on be consistent, that is when Noni Madueke are consistent with ball and then that's a Saka you know Baba Bishima. It is a perfect fit. Baby, I mean Arteta problem kaka. Was timer Odegaard player, no didn't want to he's a very good player. But the Berechi has now been in the federal position here number 10.
Number 10.
And did me expectation calling one record the flank. No, pushy as a number 10.
One never is so ya kwada kiti ananze you also pay tenable. Also, I natural 10.
Yes.
But last season, nobody no calling, so also so pretendable.
Yes. But I made the so ya kwada or peten nabo. So now you are competing with a senior figure.
Is Max Doman?
That is the difference. Max Doman Benya Biabo, but only in a minute, no more bonga.
Well, yeah, let's move on.
Let's move on. And I was also impressed with the performance of Mosquera.
Now, where?
So no the amount of
Mosquera, the and what came. Mikel Arteta could be son. Or say, time no Gina bench, referee, no can say William Saliba and Nebo. Arteta, the Arteta, you're being brutal.
Oh, Bakaku. Honestly,
also don't even say Saliba and Gina.
Hey, last 2 seasons. Yeah, Casse, I didn't hear Arsenal and Team Angie League, you know. A Saliba injury, you know, because they didn't get a perfect replacement for a Saliba time out prior. But this time around, last season, Abra Gabriel Magalis, any honomono, Kivio stepping in. But this season, Kivio ni honom, Arsenal Jana Kwama Tono, Amaneko. Mosquera steps in, a young player or prospect. Last season, looking at the performance, I was Spanish La Liga anymore. But back England, it is a different terrain altogether. Yeah, head the Ode Beba. And how he partnered Magalis.
He's playing well.
Seriously speaking, I was very much
games I was born and see match
and the other day he played at the right back, Crampona on your bad
performance. But one Bonega man Abaso, Zubimendi.
Oh, Kwaku,
fantastic.
He did well. He did well, especially in the first goal now. Share, you know.
Fantastic.
That kind of drive. Say Ubenya drain say baby Ujina no. Bona Eba no boy beshe.
Well, let's move on.
I believe say, he was good. He was good.
And there's also senior man ever share Bonibi.
Some penny for me, you know.
Saliba and
senior players.
And I also soon you can share game.
Yes.
Let them enjoy. Edu, former Arsenal for sports and director, was also around to watch. You know, interesting. But Udigard, the coach, you know, say injury now onyaye previous years the shoulder no, also the same place. You know, yenya botre afei na omukotia doctors, then they will know the extent of the injury. You see, old injury na sound so area appear bio. What I say, maybe come and name unko for the training. Na say me di brel. Nyame antomo a.
Na momo de we.
Oh, aye.
They be say ye nemo na ebebo. Nti wo de ye ba.
Nti mo ye training na me be kan kire amaka boni.
United de wo hana City de aba on na ehwe obi a training ni awon keka. Uzo to me share warm up no won say ball we.
And they anye training ye kodai. And ye nya training yakoda. Okay. Nya o case.
Okay. Ye
and say mu training na we am prepare mu hu ya ye nyina nim de besi. That I say.
Ye de say nya de nti ye ba match.
And say mu training no na me say my famra. Now let's come to this game. Begin. Madrid no Real Sociedad no. A lot of controversial issues in this game. Now, you know what? RMTV for Madrid for TV no.
Yeah.
I'm reporting CCA say Madrid for prepared dossier of the AC last year. Incidents is a quotia omo. Any the AC kakray afi. Someone to come FIFA I complaints. Now we are going to discuss those controversial incidents. It's nothing. Is it a reality? Referees see or Miguel Manzano there. Me so what so akwa another Negrega case they buy, you know. There was a report some year one line be the same say Barcelona for ain't taking care of Gil Manzano because of future occurrences. Start statement to moko twa the bet was yanka. Trodo Gil Manzano ye Basani. In some way see, you know. The reality ana obi a be na game. Me pam cho. Enu nti na me ba mu wu the reality of grounds. Okay. Incident number 1. You ever count this man? You ever na some way performance na no shit. Now watch this. Biggie. Nkomo na me ni wodi no. First incidents. Mbappe almost were offside. Mbappe offside, you know. And you're onside.
So maybe shady. Mbappe is in an offside position.
Okay.
Because only the two central defenders, though he's in between them, and I am very close to call, too close to call. But picture now me no. Oh dear, you see shadows in him. Let's look at the shadows of the players.
So let me also help in this conversation. So this is the VAR adiomu yichire. Remember what I say?
Yeah.
And see, let's look at this image. Na yam fan to tro game no ankasa de. Ibi say VAR for no moye omo but anything me zoom with the amount say who want to say?
Yeah. For me, I think he was in an offside position. Kogu problem ne say supporter na say Madrid fan obeka say yes is your man say whoever works at Real Madrid he feels cheated no. Untimi blame no. Honestly speaking, I feel say the VAR team, the linesman especially did a yeoman's job because it was too close to call. Too close.
Incident number 2. Red card to Dean Howson. Bra. Red card to Dean Howson. Into counter attack. And a Dean Howson FAO. Now, Madrid conversation is that. In fact, me say Jabi Alonso in the press conference, but Jabi Alonso say, as some see or not there, or susu say a yellow card, not red card. Because or say Militao was close to the ball. Into Dean Howson onye the last man. Jabi Alonso goes ahead and says, Dean Howson naka boy naka send him so I mistake because we no waiting jai I'm a boy nako.
Yeah.
But all can we in nature say boy in your last man. Into the into na obeka we on a last man. What's that be unacceptable? Into the what is the reality?
Kwaku, looking at the picture and the game we watched there, only the last man, Debbie. And the referee based the argument on the last man rule, and when they take that decision there, then the referee is wrong. And on it there, no doubt about
so
it.
This is so clearly. Foul there, we can attest to the fact that foul.
Of course.
Because what foul?
Yeah.
It's a foul.
Yeah.
But what I say last man and I say last man. I don't know
yes, I know the only the last man. And it's a referee based the argument. For now, I feel say Adia Baku boy the match commissioner's report.
So referees on say in common me ba yi another angle be the actual. What is the argument about last man? The last man is say the attacking player in a goal scoring opportunity.
Yes.
Inti sawoba stop na you can't say no the last man I will stop in.
What deny an obvious.
So the whole idea about the last man argument is that the bakono kwa go. But what about this argument to say? And you're the last man. But none bakono ko go no in pole position to score. Nano so foul, nano so what's that concept of last man in Bemuana?
That is why I said say referee based the argument on the last man rule and the man red card and the referee is wrong because he wasn't the last man.
Okay.
But there was a foul. And looking at maybe a player and there was that possibility because what is the guarantee that the other central defender was going to catch up?
So let me give you another angle. Which ebe score the points in now watch this. I'm a more different angle. So Biggie, this is Thibaut Courtois.
So clearly, this is an obvious goal scoring opportunity.
Exactly.
And Tinameka said the other central defender, there is no guarantee he was going to catch up. It's what deny will be an obvious goal scoring opportunity there. And there is something in refereeing. We shouldn't forget, Kwaku. FIFA understands that there is something we call the referee's discretion. It's in situations like this. Refereeing the way you see not Jenny. So maybe the feel say on your last man. Name what deny will be an obvious goal scoring opportunity.
So come on,
red.
Perfect.
That is why I said say Adia Beboa pay the referees the match commissioner's report.
So the argument and last man's concept. A denying goal scoring opportunity.
There be and also you to be concluded because
okay.
You nim the India referee name red card.
Okay. Then you referee in Tonche. Per the angles I have shown you. What the old angle now? The old angle you say anyway chirawa. Obeka say referee in your fair.
Yeah.
Because they say on your fair they say Wafa no.
And baby omo nam ne kra no center circle.
Aha. But if I give you this angle, clearly,
Yes.
this is the goalkeeper.
Looking at the position of the goalkeeper, it was a clear goal scoring opportunity.
Clearly.
Yes.
And you see, clearly, what is it? Maybe a Tibu Kutu Ajinano. Akwane fa ball na okwa. Obeti kwa lobby afa Tibu Kutu.
Of course, we baby a Ojinano, and baby a Kotu Ajinano. With a single touch, obeti mi abo ball na she.
Inti no, what say? As I say, a boy supporters no. But supporter bi wo ho a, or Madrid no, or Madrid ni. Or Barca ni, or Barca ni. Inti, see, they will not show you this angle.
Yeah.
They will show you this angle because of propaganda.
Yeah.
No much now angles. Hey, referee ACCA.
Yeah.
But the reality is that if Sanka the house in January, Akwane, what's no?
Obeti mi abo ball na she. Baby Ojinano, any baby a goalkeeper ni Jinano. Obetimi abobo no one.
So you see, perspectives are very important.
Yes, if the referee gave the red card because he denied an obvious goal scoring opportunity.
Perfecto.
The referee was
Perfecto.
It was a perfect decision.
But you see, sometimes on sometimes say football no, say akwa banter and someone into we make angle be. What I say, you might judge your.
Said they be fit on no sema.
Exactly, but the reality is that if you look at other perspective, other context, you understand the situation much better.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But according to Madrid for the year, almost referee is still what I say. But almost also in Comania the most important win. I think it's like a 2-1 year. A year, and this leads me to the next conversation. Kylian Mbappe, Biggie. I'm short of words.
Are they?
Say Mbappe near the one because statements can be from no, but last year he was good.
Yeah.
Though Madrid team did not perform well.
Yeah.
He has taken off.
Yeah.
Taking off now, all year no. Bare for 6, 7, 8 months. Mbappe, and what can Mbappe in 7 no? Add this context to it. Say Vini Bobo no Omprayo Onya ACL. Vini onya ACL and na Madrid ho kire no na ma franga sa be yin credit efu say Vini a move from the star man say as a crucial you can say crucial player in the team class why oye free ho say akoye okay he's good
Yeah.
So let me listen to you. Mbappe's form
for
Vinicius Junior.
For Kylian Mbappe, dear, minim dear say you can find home. When it comes to goal scoring, ball playing, as a forward line player, me tell you dear, Mbappe nya de fufu bi man nyame nwanwa bi. There be intimacy because player na clearly watch. And last time na me can say, who form is temporary, but class is permanent. Kylian Mbappe is in that class of his own. Your both season, there are players on Mbappe form. People are going to talk about them. But for you to become a big player, a big boy, a top player, you need some level of consistency and years of consistency at the top level. Kylian Mbappe has it. Since Akwadaninya debut, Monaco, it's been good performances upon good performances. At a point. Now you move again, say French League never form. And into the Kylian Mbappe here the whole, you know. So he needs a bigger challenge into a movie away from France. No one be a league anymore then. And he steps in the La Liga and does it better. Into Kylian Mbappe the last season performance and the tone change. You share this season as he has started it right from where he left it last season. He had 4 matches in the Spanish La Liga. Watch 4 goals and the Real Madrid. And our assist back. 5 goal contribution daily from Kylian Mbappe for Real Madrid. Into player, he's a big boy, and he's proving it with the performance and numbers. Last season, he has a Madrid team in players are no more than Kylian Mbappe first. He was a standout player in a poor Real Madrid team or a Real Madrid team. No more than Real Madrid team. But Kylian Mbappe make it sure. Even when Kokuna in the first season, adaptation, he was a standout player. So just imagine the level and status of Kylian Mbappe as a footballer. For Vinicius Junior there.
Okay, Mbappe in 7 no Marco Akobisa and say we are in the best of form. Real Madrid now. So no. Though I feel good, but the season is very long. It's a good season, hopefully. But this season has 10 or 11 months ahead. You know, this is Kylian Mbappe. Or I just to say yes, he's playing well in the season with the or the tremo. What I say anyway. But before you move on to Vinicius Junior, as of today, this is the La Liga table. I hope visibility here right. So Real Madrid there were 12 points. Madrid for Kokompe no more Kokompe, but still they are picking up. Atletico Bilbao 3, 9, Getafe 9, Villarreal 7. We're expecting Semenyo Aduma Barcelona will pick up a win after moving on. What's the Vinicius Junior? Why are they?
Vinicius Junior should accept the fact that Kylian Mbappe is the big boy now. The Biameka say, Adia Bako we are saying Munipa, and a Munipa, a very ungrateful player football. Mekasa because supporters remember players that give them smiles. When the smiles are over, the supporters are done with you. It is normal about football. Supporter pe player now ujina muche go man and ije. Supporter pe player now ma pass man ije ba ye no. So when to be fast any ije ne mani bi ma supporter no one we wonya na damfo unye ne bibia biem. Debi. That is when reality dawns on you. I am not saying that Vinicius Junior is a bad player. But Vinicius Junior or Real Madrid now plays second fiddle to certain top players. Karim Benzema no play second fiddle to them. Inti Benzema be man numbers bebre na Vini de ne de kakra ba be title second top scorer. Na to so Karim Benzema leaves the scene. Jude Bellingham aba. Time Karim Benzema kono looking at the performance of Vini the previous seasons kwaku na Madrid phoning himself Vini ba step up. No one take over the leadership role when it comes to numbers. Our Real Madrid bobo konim e dia mom. Jude buy na Jude be take over. Jude be man numbers no. And na Vini sabe play second to Jude a friend saying Jude. It is no more expect to say Vini be no. When to me and you. But that season still now they were hopeful. No more push say Jude the beje Ballon d'Or. I'm sorry, Vini beje Ballon d'Or instead of even Jude just because of status level and no building on Real Madrid. Bakweku entimin to so sa your boss last season you know they played another season no more sign boy and yakofa Kylian Mbappe de naba Kylian Mbappe buy no ono so ne first season se Benzema mo na win tibi omo ko you feel so best step up one team Jude Baba be take over sa leadership role no another player steps in a new season ono so ne first season no Baba be man numbers better than wo enti bisa ho say so a Real Madrid and penny for that kind of credence, any respect, and now the man Vinicius Junior as a top player or star boy, no, or because of their manana. It is a no. It's ultimately blaming Real Madrid and penny for no. And the player no, and they also accepted the reality now. No chance they say oh yeah, why do they love Mbappe? They love Mbappe because he's giving the supporters what they want, or more than numbers. It's there was some so many shots and man numbers maybe, but me fear they say. Vini Baba be shot yes or no Superman and one numbers because Mbappe she goes into the open chame or ma assist into the open chame. A famous super chance actually be mama assist ni bi. Maybe na or be selfish.
Biggie. Maybe Mbappe jina wo she go. Madrid am fast arrow na ma Vini no so mo.
Yeah.
Inti what problem is saying? What's the left one na open?
Yeah.
So left one na open there say dia kwa na jina ojina 9 ball na ba be to na time bia na wabo. Ana de big.
Of course,
it is somebody sorrow ni ma o na o je ya. Some situation be any problem be any obi.
But Vinicius Junior, okay, fine, maybe you accept yanka asem ni ho. But maybe you accept yan so yanka asem foforo aba. Make us because say Mbappe na me nim no. Is a clinical finisher, a serious scorer than a player friend is Vinicius Junior. And the probably maybe you accept this sorrow ni mpo. Anka chances of them missing because go mi unu nim. Say Vini now he's a very good player. But when it comes to the conversion rate, Vini is a bit poor. When it comes to conversion.
True.
It's maybe anko accept say how ni poor. Anka wa say chances be man am so money supporters this team pay for you and say.
Well, anyway,
but
let's move on.
Kind of say me fear and say ebi na Vini e ba be decide say was say me so me share say pen numbers no. Na obey selfish. Na e ba be affect the Real Madrid team.
Biggie unim say Unai Emery's Aston Villa. 4 games in the season, 1 goal Kromun Shebi. Our draw against Newcastle. We lose to Brentford. We lose to Crystal Palace and only Everton goalless draw.
Yeah.
One goal Kromun Shebi in 4 games. How about we num Abi? Hey, 1-1. Players are all now 1 goal Kromun win to me Shebi.
Unai Emery.
But it is what it is.
He's a very experienced man. Very, very experienced. Aston Villa team, ball or ball. And then the kind of GD and Ipanya with team last season and the last 2 seasons. It is the same manager that built that kind of team and the confidence. And I feel bar. You real new season, Munyaman quite expected. But we shouldn't forget the football and that is sanity. There are times that no matter what you are going to do, results and them. But I couldn't even now for results not as But the big question is, will the supporters and the leaders of the club be patient? That is where the problem is. And then again, they have to work on the psyche of the players. I am saying this because players didn't do baby. But Aston Villa bobo kone down na dear friend Champions League don't bobo biache. But you get the coach on una baba be team ni ho adwuma. What team na call the Champions League level. Into probably some of these players they feel say the omo di kan baba bo Aston Villa at a point any team achieve no. Omo na baba be achieve. And it's omo anya hwe ama team ni biemu mpo a e okay because Aston Villa na ete wono no. Obi anim say on team ba the Premier League. And that players now about to do that stage, you know. So when it gets to that stage, you need a sports psychologist.
Coffee the picture be true was England who you know omo divisions, you know, Aston Villa and me go. It is sad. But I know you have a lot to see, but let me say. Antoine Semenyo is the first player to be directly involved in 5 Premier League goals this season. Scored 2 against Liverpool, assisted against Wolverhampton Wanderers, of course, today. Brighton Hove Albion was a goal. And I was also a assist. Into Semenyo form, dear. No, master. Semenyo.
Granted, the form was so but I am quite unfortunate. Want to be Fabian Black Star.
They will have no wine to coach you. Open no, as a many.
As all my men, some come. My memo Semenyo.
Semenyo is making us proud.
From last season, everybody, he's been one of the top players in the English Premier League. He's shown that level of consistency and good performances. Almost player be one bit to me, sorry, but so be consistent, you know, it's the problem. But for him to get that kind of form, nobody keep up with that kind of form. Every last season, nobody read this season, no signs so twice from where he left it last season.
Semenyo. Man of the match performance.
Extremely well.
Man, Semenyo says, hey, Ghana, honestly, your star boy is Semenyo. That's a ferry in Tina, Umuntiminka. But says, hey, star boy, no dear, it was Semenyo. And the
star boy, go get the Mobia or Bana.
Boy, yes, Semenyo.
Yeah, one way,
boy, Yankee. Semenyo is doing very well. My brothers says a kudu so mo yero hona says ye nyina ye peja kwa anko kakra. But it is good. And that's also Nick Votamadi wa Bogo. The first goal ama ni team so win. A very interesting game. Say Nick Votamadi so Ashe. Well anyway, Biggie ever sound so ababio because other games so any other stories so me I mean say Barcelona for na Barcelona story pass so.
So who?
Lamine. When you training, they will pray.
Hey.
Prana will pray no. And the hands flick. I could press conference. The boy fupa. Also, what de la Fuente? TME. What de la Fuente? Kofi Falami Yamabra. De la Fuente. Also, boy no call Spain national team. No boy ni pra. Who can say now in here because asabno. Okra resist say. Lamine no we pray crowd no na be force coach ni say omo. Yeah, some call Spanish national team no. They be okra no training o. Biggie, onye training. Ana onye training no ade chia no coach na mana ko. Bo nti answer flex say nti who coach utimi ma boy no bobo abra we pra. Say munim say boy no say ade Hans Flick action and say or say ebia o training normal and na we could pro game ko no problem. But who man in training or training ground because you know the boy is not fit. But match day, no, my boy now go. And then they send Hans Flick out to be a man de la Fuente in Yansan.
Siciano will be a show no interest. That is the problem now. De la Fuente pen the results for Spain. They were so using the key players and then the star man and then the ball. Hansi Flick also a show no interest for Barcelona because whoever you see star man no it was Spain or Barcelona no prayer or no so no problem. And it is just about interest. Obia fighting for the interest and both coaches who blame you Obia Nye because Obia shed the only be ya a beboa or no to so the results. Lamine Yamal is a top player. Player you didn't home come say the Ballon d'Or man the kwaku a chira kwada level in his status. And for me I feel say Hansi Flick nyabo trekaka. Oh yes, because the star man no. But then again, said you here no because unim do betimi ayama no. Sana the Spanish national team coach. Unim do betimi ayama.
Say Lamine Yamal we pra. Say coach no ngen Lamine Yamal ho mama na kobobo ni bi ana meboa. Inside I was wondering akora no say Obianka say you fitter. Don't let him play. But the guy is injured. Why would you want to risk him? Another weekend. Inti ebufuaba more stories bebre wo ho. But this is just part one of the story. The next video, the rest of the stories, no, dear bro. Subscribe. We have a lot of things to show you. Now, for you, big me pamucho. You throw back and still nanko phobi so now. What's the saying? Okay. Go for church be and I'll be listed. In care for the nation. So we give you a Champions League week.
I'm for Chelsea in the Barca and start here.
Everybody, it's your band by Monday and if I share that way. And I indeed this Tuesday.
It should be either a day before or a day after.
So a day before or a day after the Champions League.
It's either Monday or probably Thursday.
Monday.
Okay.
Okay. Monday. Yeah, stories na near the also kakra e dey ashim.
Yeah.
Near Monty Monday you will throw back the Barcelona Chelsea Oviedo story. You remember before the game what happened, during the game, after, and of course via the board. Na show near Messi ye pa no. Won kai bo kra na that time na wonim e be kire oni nyina wa hase. Yakopon on kire bebre on ka ho. Ene Sabi ni Kofi adede blessing. O de wo hwe mani mi ma bigi mi bie mic ni ma bigi en some obeka fa wo no. Bigi wo bibika efa Kofi de wo ho.
Me kan no manya asebo nti.
Sa
me kan asembio.
Enko na oba no aduane abehye fridge mo di ama no. Okay. Say wo enemy ye to aduane wa abontin. Ono nko anto aduane wa abontin.
So odidi ni be ma ho. Odidi ni ntini ho.
Ntini ra. Yenko. Bye bye.